Hey everyone, you're watching the From WordPress to Statamic YouTube channel. My name's Michael. Today I want to talk about custom fields. Let's start with Statamic today. Now I've created this demo field set and I don't have any fields associated with it just yet. But on this screen, I can just simply click this button, create field, and I have this really long list of custom fields that I can put in here with which I can do just about anything. I mean, I've got text options, I've got controls, I can do media, numbers, relationships, and more. This is extremely flexible and gives me a lot of options for building things with Statamic. Now, I'm not going to build anything just now, but let's just flip over to WordPress and see what they have out of the box. So I'm going to go to this tab, and I've got just a page here. And I don't have this concept of creating a field set or anything like that and adding fields to it out of the box. The only thing that I have, if I go over here and I click to Preferences, and I go all the way down here, there's this Advanced Custom Fields toggle. So I can click the custom fields, and it wants me to reload to save the settings. Okay, once the screen is refreshed, you can see I have this name value pair where I can give the field a name and give it a value, and that would then become available in my template. Now, I probably want to lean on something a little bit more robust so that I can make my editing experience that much better. So let's go look for plugins. And go over to plugins. And if I add a new plugin, I'm going to look for Advanced Custom Fields. And now I have a bit of a dilemma here. I know that there's a plugin called Advanced Custom Fields because if you go back and look at the plugins that I had installed, you will see I've got this Advanced Custom Fields Pro plugin, which is something that I've paid for. But if I was to search again for these new plugins and look for Advanced Custom Fields, we have a bit of a different result here. Now, who am I, you might ask, to talk about this? Well, I've been using WordPress for probably about a dozen years, and I've been leaning on Advanced Custom Fields Pro for a long time to make my projects successful for my clients. Seeing this makes me pause a little bit. You might remember in a previous video I said, ACF will probably never be merged into core. Well, that statement may be not true anymore. I'm not really sure what's going to happen with this, but the only thing I can say for sure is that this is not a good look for WordPress. I've seen a lot of people online, on socials, on Discords, talking about their uncertainty about the future of the platform, which is kind of alarming, given how pervasive WordPress actually is. And you know, I understand the frustration. When I started this channel, this wasn't even an issue. I just love Statamic. Sure, I've had my struggles with it, but it continues to be something that clients pay for and that I continue to keep using. But this does raise some eyebrows. So, you know, if you're wondering, how can I get around this? If you go to the Advanced Custom Fields website, you know, they talk about this. If you want to stick with their version of the plugin, there's some directions on here, or you can even go and buy the Pro one, which is what I would suggest if that's what you're going to stick with. And in the meantime, updating your website with this plugin has caused some issues. So I can't give you a recommendation one way or another as to what's the right thing to do or the right way to go. I would personally stick with ACF Pro because it has a proven track record and I know I can depend on it no matter what platform I'm using. There really isn't a risk of someone turning the switch off and then I can't make updates and now I'm stranded. So if that's what you're prepared to do, go for it. Otherwise, maybe now's a great time to consider Statamic. I don't mean to knock on WordPress or the ecosystem that has enabled people like me to build a great career doing web development. But if you're interested in something different, where you get all these custom fields out of the box, and even so, there are even more add-ons, some free, some paid, that enhance it even further, why don't you give Statamic a shot? You might just fall in love with it like I did. As always, don't forget to like and subscribe, and if you haven't already, subscribe to my newsletter. Catch you next time.